Okay, I think we're getting close to, actually, we are. We're exactly at 12 o'clock, and we are very excited to start this How to Do Business with Enterprise webinar. My name is Andrea. I'm with Minorea-BEM, where we take contractors from contract ready to securing a contract and supporting them with outperforming on their delivery. And as you know, these how to do business with large organizations, municipalities, or organizations that might feel a little challenging to connect with, to understand how to be ready to have those opportunities. So I'd really like to introduce Paul McGlynn, a really good friend. I think it's been more than 8 years that I've known you, right, Paul?
That's correct.
Well, so it's been a while. Um, so Mauricio, if you can put the slide to Paul's introduction. He's Paul has served the West region as a facility. Well, Paul, can you clarify that because I can't see the the screen.
Sure,
Okay,
absolutely.
here, property development and facility manager.
Yes. Yes, so I
Go ahead.
oversee all of the enterprise rent-a-car facilities that are in Orange County and coastal Los Angeles. And I handle everything as far as the acquisition of the property, the lease negotiations, the design, the build, and then my team, we maintain the property while it's in the enterprise portfolio.
Awesome. So, Paul, I know there's been a lot of changes with many organizations related to everything that's happened on and after COVID, and then on top with the administration, and we see that a lot of small businesses, a lot of the certifications have been challenged. What's going on with enterprise? I think you guys even rebranded, right, to another name. Now it's not Enterprise Rent a Car. Now it's Enterprise Mobility, right?
Well, Enterprise Mobility is the parent company that oversees all of the holdings in the Enterprise family. Enterprise Rent-A-Car is probably the most well known, but we have a lot of other services such as Enterprise Car Sales, Enterprise Truck Rental, Enterprise Fleet Management, Commute by Enterprise. We own a software company that builds and creates software for the transportation industry. So we changed our name. It used to be Enterprise Holdings to Enterprise Mobility to better capture what it is that we do, where we're everything mobility. It's not just a car that you can rent as you need it, but whatever your transportation needs are, we probably have a solution that meets the public and business to business.
That's great, Paul. I think there's a little bit of a lag. I'm not sure if it's in my end.
Um, yeah, I'm not sure, but I can hear you.
Okay, good. All right, so tell me what happened. What happened during COVID? What are the challenges you guys had to face?
Well, for enterprise, we're an essential business, so we did not experience the shutdown the way it impacted a lot of other companies. Now, what we did do was reduce the amount of our locations that we had open, and that way our employees, we had a larger employee count to rotate as people did come down with COVID. We were able to staff the locations that we had open. For us during the pandemic, obviously securing enough PPE to help keep our employees safe was an ongoing challenge in the early days. And then just also just dealing with an overall decline in the business. Our business model didn't really take into consideration what if we had to shut down these locations. So for us, picking up additional parking for the fleet was paramount. Since then, as we came out of COVID and things started kind of getting back to business as usual, we reopened all of our locations, one branch at a time. And we've been back reopened probably all of our sites. We have 320 here in Southern California. Those all have been operational since the travel restrictions were lifted.
That's that's good news. That means that there's a
Yeah.
certain amount of expansion, and the impact wasn't as big as other organizations. How about the impact in the administration? How how has that changed for, especially for opportunities with smaller businesses, minority owned? Because I know minority certification was a big thing for enterprise, right?
Yeah, we are a supplier to the federal government for their transportation needs. But the spirit of what was behind that, the certifications obviously were important, but enterprise, we're a family-owned business. We've been operating as a privately owned family business since 1957. So a lot of the philosophies that the Taylors who own and operate enterprise, they kind of mirrored what the government was doing. So we've always tried to do business with local businesses that are in our neighborhoods, in our communities. The money we generate, we try to pump right back into the local economy. So for us, really, it's business as usual. I enjoy meeting local contractors and suppliers that can meet our needs. And I think if anything, in the past with the certifications, it might have gotten you to the front of the line to have a conversation, but you still needed to have the capabilities to handle the work. So that part hasn't
Yeah.
changed. As long as we meet the right business partner, we're open to doing business.
And Paul, for the audience, Paul has been such a advocate of helping small businesses, bringing them in, a witness of that. So, Paul, if a contractor or a company wants to find the opportunity with enterprise and be prepared, how do they get prepared?
Right. Well, the biggest thing, being prepared for us is being able to have the size and the flexibility to go where the work takes you. Again, as I said, my territory is all of Orange County and coastal Los Angeles. I oversee about 75 rooftops in that footprint. And I never know where the work is going to be. One day it could be in Mission Viejo, and the next day you're up in Lomita. We always have various size projects going on. The bigger projects, the ground up constructions, that is really dictated more by the real estate aspect, and that's a little bit slower moving. From where we have decided as a company, hey, maybe we want to relocate an office to the time where that relocation actually takes place. It could be 2 years, it could be 3 years, it could be 5 years. It all depends on when we find the right location for us and what it's going to take working with that city to get that enterprise location being opened. What we probably have a little bit more of on a more frequent basis is some of the fixes with the facility maintenance. We do employ two in-house maintenance technicians that help us keep the doors open and the lights on. But if it's more of a complex repair, where it's going to be a multiple days, let's call it a what we call a refresh. We're doing some recarpeting work on the inside. We're doing some painting. Those we usually like to sub out. Same with some of our roofing work. We'll do some general maintenance, but the heavy lifting, if you have any roofing contractors out there, that type of work we would sub out. And it might be for some of the smaller trades. It might behoove us to introduce you to some of our larger general contractors that are doing the work where you can become a sub for them. So it's going to be kind of case specific, but nonetheless, being prepared
Mhm.
to do that work, making sure that what I just described kind of fits your business needs. Obviously, insurance requirements, we're happy to get those out ahead of time where you can look to see if your policy meets what our needs are, and we can kind of go from there.
So it sounds pretty simple compared to a lot of the municipalities out there and government entities.
Yeah, we
What
try
are
to
the
we try
beyond?
to keep it simple. We try to keep it simple, Andrea. It's what works for us. Uh, I can't speak to the what that process looks like with some of the city municipalities or the state, but for a corporation, yeah, we try to keep it simple because we're trying to move fast at times.
Right. So if they wanted to, if these businesses want to be in front of enterprise, is there a registration process, or how do they do that?
So I think right now where we have the biggest needs, I think we're doing kind of good right now on general contractors. We had a session with Minoria a couple weeks ago, which was very productive for us. I think for right now, what we're still looking for is maybe a couple plumbing contractors and an electrical contractor. And again, those are going to be very basic. It's not going to be, construction ground up trades, but we wash a lot of cars, so we deal with a lot of water and sewer and plumbing. We get plugs from time to time. Electrical, with these facilities, I've got a lot of lighting needs. Where every year I probably do about 6 or 7 LED retrofits. So if you've got an electrical contractor out there, it'd be simple. Just I would say get in touch with Andrea, and she'll set up an arrangement to meet with me one on one.
Yeah, and we'll be more than happy to also share the companies. If you guys, anyone that's in the audience, want to send a small message here, letting
Mhm.
me know you guys want to be included on a list that we will provide to Paul, where he can also include. It's a really great way of being able to get cash flow, right? There's a lot of cash flow need when it comes to construction specifically, and and entities like enterprise make it possible to have a little more cash flow availability.
Yeah, and
So
again, that's
covered
where.
it. Now I think we're at it is going.
Yeah, I was going to say, and there's ways we can work with that with the smaller contractors. I have house accounts with some of the supply houses where um, enterprise can provide the material where really at this point what you would be invoicing for is strictly labor.
Oh, connection issue, at least in my end. Can you hear me,
Yeah, you're kind of breaking up a little bit, but I can still hear you.
Paul?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Sort
Andre,
of.
maybe you can
Okay.
off your camera. Proof.
Okay, let me turn off my camera then. All right. So, Um, any questions? And you can write them down. I guess not, Paul. I guess you are so specific.
Wow.
Paul, one, I do have one quick question. Oh, Sharon has another question. Go ahead, Sharon. Sharon, you're on mute.
I'm
There
sorry.
you go.
Um,
No problem.
what are the main trades that you are looking for contractors for enterprise mobility?
So, like I said, right now, our biggest focus is on plumbing and electrical.
Okay.
Um, those are the two areas of focus we have right now.
Okay. So when you build buildings from the ground up, you bring in what, larger contractors, or do you ever have smaller projects that?
Well, as far as general contractors go, we actually just brought another one on board, compliments of Minoria. Right now, I don't see us doing any ground ups anytime soon, but what we do is a lot of substantial TIs when we take over a building. An average construction project for me is somewhere probably between 350 and $650,000. A lot of it just depends on the site. Um, Typically with those, we'll put those out to bid. Andrea always gets a copy of my bids, and I'm more than happy to entertain any of the Minoria clients in our bidding process. As of right now, I don't have any of those on the horizon. I do have two real estate deals that we're in negotiations, but it's not a sure thing that we'll end up with the properties.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other question before I start with my question? So, Paul, if there's a contractor that's looking to expand further than the area you serve, how can they get in front of contractors or of decision makers in areas such as Arizona or Northern California? Is it just a matter of reaching out to you?
Yeah, well, again, my territory is here in Southern California.
Mhm.
We're a very decentralized company where United States is broken up into 59 different operating groups with their own local decision making and P&L responsibilities. Yes, I'd be more than happy to help here in Southern California. If they are looking, outwards, whether it's Arizona or Nevada, I would not be their point of contact for that.
Another question is, if there's a lot of companies that designate mm, that they want to do business with a particular entity because one of them is their support, the other one is competition. Do you base all your decision making in most competitive bids, or is it sometimes?
No, we have a whole matrix that we use to evaluate bids. Um, Price obviously is important, but it's not the only deciding factor that we look at. The price should be close, but if you're going to come in and you're 25% higher than the other bids, you're probably taking yourself out of the game. But as long as you're kind of within single percentage, 2, 3, 4, 5% of one another, that's okay. What we also take a look at is if they've done projects for us in the past performance. Did they deliver on time? Did they deliver on budget? Change orders. We take a look at all of that. We also take a look at the city that the project's in. And if any of the bidding contractors have a stronger relationship in that city, um, we take a look at bond ratings to better understand the type of contractors that we're working with. And usually during that process, as we go through the bids, I like to set up one-on-one calls and go through the project with each GC and have them kind of walk me through that on what they see with the project, any sort of obstacles they might have identified that we need to have a better take a better look at. And we go through the bids and we talk about the different sections, and I try to make sure that again that number is as tight as possible. Just as contractors don't like issuing change orders, us on the project management side, we don't like them either. So anything I can do to get out in front and help avoid those change orders and really tighten that bid up, that's how we go about evaluating.
Yeah. I have a question,
Yeah.
Paul. In specific with enterprise, how important are certifications such as small business, minority business, DBE, SBE, or similar certifications when being considered as a vendor? And what's up with the upcoming projects, the new opportunities?
Yeah, so hey, again, certifications they can't hurt you. I mean, if you look at me, I've got two different credentials attached to my name that I've gone out and gotten for construction and facility maintenance. But again, for us, really, we want to do business with local businesses. Um, we try to keep that cash flow happening within the cities, keep those dollars in the cities that they get generated in. As far as upcoming projects go, Mauricio, like I said, I don't have any major projects. So far this fiscal year for us, I have completed two substantial TI projects. Uh, I do have a couple real estate letters of interest out there that we're negotiating with potential landlords to take on more real estate, but it's not at a point yet where I can discuss or say, hey, it's for sure going to happen, and this is the timeline.
Awesome. How about, I know we're talking about construction, Paul. What about other industries? Because I know there obviously the automotive industry is a big one, or the professional side. What are some of the industries you outsource
Um,
besides construction?
yeah, so again, for me, janitorial, landscaping on the facility maintenance side, janitorial and landscaping, HVAC repairs are all outsourced. Um, we do internally very minor plumbing and electrical, um, anything substantial, like I said, starting at LED retrofits and going up there for electrical, anything beyond snaking of 50 feet, or if I got a hydrojet, all of that stuff I send out to electricians and plumbers. Automotive related, I don't handle the automotive side of the house. But again, that's kind of a hybrid approach where we do have some of our own ASC certified technicians assisting with the maintenance of the vehicles. There are quite a few vehicles that we do send out for oil changes and body repairs and things like that. Usually fueling systems. That's something we definitely outsource, whether it's underground storage tank, above ground storage tanks, and clarifier pumping.
And in these opportunities, Paul, is the process more relationship based, bid based, referral based, or managed through an internal procurement system, or what is the process to
Yeah,
obtain?
there's no internal procurement system. Again, we've had these needs, since we opened up business here in Southern California since the 1980s. So we do have businesses that are currently meeting most of those needs. We do from time to time do change up suppliers. We recently did an RFP about 6 months ago for janitorial services, and we solicited proposals from both existing janitorial companies and also new ones in the area. I think, Andrea, you had also received a copy of that RFP. We ended up going with a janitorial company, actually, that I met through Minoria, and they took on our entire footprint in Orange County and coastal Los Angeles. So, as we have opportunities arise for some of these larger needs, such as landscaping and janitorial, we'll always reach out to our partners like Minoria to make sure that they have a copy and they can share it with their vendors. Like I said, Mauricio, right now what we're looking for is plumbers and electricians.
Plumbers and electricians. Okay. So,
Andre,
the beauty of,
Andre,
can you guys hear me?
yes. Uh, but before we have other question in the chat box.
Oh, okay.
There is
Uh,
Severin. Unrelated to TA or the construction, is there a contact resource you call refer to for support with a commercial printing of large format graphics, local or corporate, RFP, RFQ, or other?
Right. So when it comes to things like what they just mentioned there, commercial printing, keep in mind in the United States, we have over 6,000 locations. And because these are all corporate owned locations, we need the branding to be the same. That type of need, the large format printing, that's all handled out of our corporate headquarters, which is in St. Louis, Missouri. Um, I don't have a contact, but what I can do, Andrea, is let me see if I can find like a general inquiry email that goes into our supply chain management team, and I'll share it with you, and you can blast that out to the participants on this call.
awesome. Awesome. And what's nice, also, and I'd like you to share, Paul, because of not being, we always talk about the importance of doing debriefs, right?
Mhm.
Whenever there is a proposal, we submit any type of proposals, you want to know where you were at or how close you were to that opportunity. Can you explain the type of relationship you're looking for with these vendors?
Yeah, look, I think this goes beyond enterprise. I think if I can offer up some advice when dealing with private companies or public companies, kind of B2B corporate businesses, the one thing that's most important to us is going to be communication and thoughtful, honest communication. We have no problem, supporting small business. I just would be very mindful that you understand what you're getting yourself into. And when you say yes to something, you've got to be able to follow through with it. Everyone loves the idea of, being able to do business with a household name like an enterprise. But you got to be able to back that up. When you get the opportunity, it's probably your one chance. And if you're upfront and honest with what your capabilities are and kind of stick to your wheelhouse, I think you'll have a lot more success. It's okay to say no to me about, hey, I can't do that type of work, but I can do X, Y, and Z. I appreciate that kind of candid honesty, and it lets me know I'm dealing with someone that truly knows their business and is trying to find that right partner. I may not be a perfect fit for everyone, but stick to what you know is true. And if you can do it, but you have some concerns, whether it's cash flow or being able to meet certain deadlines, we can have that conversation. But don't say, yeah, I can do that. Oh, no problem. And then find yourself in a pinch where you either like it, whether it's the cash flow conversation, you don't have the allowable credit to get the materials that you need, or with the timelines. Because if I can't produce what I need to on my schedule, you know, you might be one business partner in a chain of four or five or six that are doing work for us, and that one delay can delay the overall entire project, not just by the couple days that you're thinking of, but it gets magnified the further down we go. So communication and honesty is really what goes far with us. You know, obviously, quality of work is in there as well, but I can probably say that a lot of my counterparts in other businesses, that's important to them.
Well said. Well, thank you so much, Paul. I don't think we have any other questions, right, Mauricio? That was the last question?
No, no, it's a comment, simply. No,
Oh,
Yeah,
no
and,
more.
and thanks
okay.
to
So I
Sharon and
think
Doris
we can.
and Mauricio for your questions. I appreciate them.
Yes.
You're welcome.
So if you want to learn a little more on yes, and on having more interaction, understanding of what opportunities are out there, just send us an email. We'll make sure to get get you well connected with Enterprise. Thank you so much, Paul, for your time and for your commitment in helping small businesses along with partnering with Minorea-BEM. I appreciate
You're
it.
welcome. You know, like I said, we're a family business, even though we've kind of grown in the last 90 years. We started off subleasing space inside a car dealership. So we understand the challenges with small businesses there today, and we're happy to be a business partner with you, Andrea.
Thank you, Paul. All right. Well, next time we have another How to Do Business with coming up next month. But this week, next Thursday, we have a really good session on other topics related to back office support. We're going to have a CDFI company. We call these webinars Contractor on the Grow because we address growing pains that some of the contractors might be facing, and obviously having a great access to capital, showing your potential and capacity when it comes to finances is a big thing. So this Thursday at 1 o'clock, I believe 1 o'clock, is going to be the Contractor on the Grow topic of with the CDFI on how to build your infrastructure and set it up the proper way so you can have as much opportunity in cash flow and access to capital as you can. So stick around. Thank you, Paul, again for everything and for joining us. Have a great day. Bye, everyone.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. And we send you the email with the recording and the material of to this session, all the registrants.
Yes. Bye, everybody.